as far as me worrying about the guests that he had at the Super Bowl, I never thought about it. I mean, I could not be more honest. I didn't count the guests. I didn't even count the guests on my show. I did my show. My show is not in competition with dogs. I've never thought it was. And I have no ill will towards dogs. I don't think we're in competition. I really don't. My job's to do the same thing I've always done here. Do a good show, get good ratings, get good advertisers, get a lot of revenue, and make a lot of money. That's what I've for the station and for me. That's what my plan has always been. That's all I try to do. I never try to do anything else. I don't wish anybody else ill. Now, came up this morning, and Stern tried to stir it up, but you know what he's going to do. That dog didn't know what the ratings were on the show. Find that hard to believe since I've talked to him about it. Eddie's talked to him about it, but leave it at that. And then they come up, of course, with the idea that the ratings are all bad. The show is going to be canceled. I got calls today about my show being canceled. That the ratings are terrible. So I'll set the record straight once. And I got to be honest, folks. I haven't talked about the ratings since September. I talked about them once in September, and I'm going to talk about them now. And I'm not talking about them again. And I have not said one bad word about dogs since September. Not one. About anything. And I'm not talking about it on a day-to-day basis, nor do I expect to, nor do I have any ill will towards him. I think he's a friend. I think we had 19 great years together. And I cherish those years. If he doesn't, I can't do anything about that. And I'm sorry he's in a tough situation right now. I really am. But the idea that we're doing badly is just not fair to tell people that. Number one, these are the honest facts, and you can go check them. These are facts. These aren't opinions. These are facts. For the fall, we finished second. Okay? Last year in the People Meters, they tracked them against the regular ratings. We finished fifth, me and Dog and I. This year, we finished second. Right now, for the winter book, we're running first. For the first 2 weeks of the winter book, we're running first by a lot. That's only 2 weeks. We're running first. My Sunday morning show, we had over a 7 rating for the NFL Now. We were basically in a dead-footed tie with WINS. We finished first and second. We finished first for the year, second for the fall, first for the entire 22 weeks of the NFL Now. Yes, had the best fall it's ever had. The ratings were up the entire fall, the biggest fall Yes ever had. You can check with Yes. They put out a press release about it. How good were the ratings? Well, Yes, in the worst radio market and TV market in the last 40 years, just gave us a 5-year deal at double the money we had on our last deal. For 5 years, double the money. Don't look about money right now because it's not fair to people who are out of work, but more than double the money for the next 5 years. As me getting canceled, well, I have almost 6 years left on my contract. So I don't think we're getting canceled. The ratings are excellent. My Sunday night show was first 20 out of 22 weeks. My Sunday morning show is first. Right now, this show for the winter is first. Those are facts. If someone wants to tell stories, I don't really care. But you know, the problem is I have to answer these things. And then people will say that I'm bragging. I can't worry about that. I'm just telling you what a fact is. And I didn't start this. I didn't bring it up. I didn't say that his show was going to get canceled. I didn't make any jokes about Sirius. I've never said anything except nice things about Sirius. They made a big deal. They disparaged my producers in Tampa, made them both feel really bad, and we weren't in competition. I mean, I just went down there to do my show. I wasn't worried about where I did it from or who got what guest or stuff like that. The fact that I threw any fits in Tampa are total lies. No one could ever say they saw that because it didn't happen. I didn't even know those certain guests were on the show until I got home on Saturday, and I never had any reaction. I got asked questions about it, so I answered the questions. No reaction. So that's basically it. I have no ill will towards anybody. I hope they pull out of it. I don't want to see them go out of business. I wouldn't get any joy in seeing any of them go out of business. I hope they do very good business because their business and my business don't coincide. They're not my competitors. If they were on the air in New York, then it's my job to beat them. And I'm very competitive for that. And the idea that Dog's rooting against me, he made that very clear today. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And the idea that he's rooting for ESPN, that's good too. They need his help. They need him and a whole lot more before they're going to catch me. Okay? Because as sure as I'm sitting here, they're never catching me, and you can underline that. Okay? So the idea that they're chasing me down in Jersey, or they're chasing me down somewhere, Well, you know what? Bring friends and ban everybody you can ban, and bring a whole more ammunition than you have so far, because you have never gotten close. And you never will as long as I'm sitting here. Maybe someday after I'm gone, but not while I'm sitting here. You can take that to the bank, you can quote it, and you can hang it up in their offices and the serious offices. Because, as Yogi once said, you can look it up. And you want to see what the ratings are? And Dog's pals like racemen in the media, look them up and then write the facts. And check me on any one of the numbers I just gave you and write the facts. Okay? Because all those are facts. This show is doing great. My guys are doing great. And we're not worried about anybody else. And we work hard, and we don't give anybody else a hard time. But if you're going to come after us, then you better bring more than pea shooters if you're going to come after us. Because you know what? The fans been number one here for 20 years, and it's going to be number one long after I'm gone. But while I'm sitting here, you can be damn sure it's going to be number one. Back after this.
The Fan, WFAN.